I'm gonna need you all to be patient with me because so much stupid ass shit has happened to me today. And I'm not in the best of moods to be recording this. I'm really not. But I have to. Because it's Thursday and I need to post on Friday. But I am not in the right mindset to be recording right now. I am so friggin' angry.
No guards around. Guess I lucked out.
And this is regardless of the problems I've been having with the state lately. Like, oh my god.
Must be interference from the ship.
The fact that you can't get a person on the phone nowadays and you have to rely on robocalls to get anything done is infuriating to me. It's like, hey, remember back when calling people on the phone was meant to be the easiest and quickest way to get customer service? And, you know, going through email or going through automated assistance was meant to be the, you know, less personal but often slower way? Now, since every single company feels the need to just build their call centers or their answering machines with robocalls, calling people has become even harder than the other two methods at this point. Sorry, I'm not even talking about the game yet. I'm gonna get to that. But that was just the start of my day, having to deal with the state. Then, hold on. Let me make sure everything's actually recording right for once. Alright, so the other reason I am so upset is that I've literally recorded all of this less than a minute ago. So I did my normal test. I do like a 10-second clip of me just recording myself in the game audio just to see if everything's recording. And then I play back the video. Audio's recording, the game audio's recording, and my microphone's recording. Perfect. I do the entire video. 30 minutes, mind you, because again, I've never played this before, so I'm exploring on top of just playing through the game. I finish the video, then I go back onto my computer just to watch it and see how everything turned out, and then I see my microphone, and then I see myself talking, and I hear no dialogue.
Looks like it's linked to the autopilot system.
Then I noticed the game audio was playing. I'm like, wait, I checked OBS. Why didn't my microphone pick up anything? And then I look behind my microphone and it was unplugged. Even though I never touched the microphone, so I don't know how that happened. And that made me so angry because I had some good content in that original playthrough. Because again, I had no idea what was going to happen. So I was pleasantly surprised by the stuff that did happen. But now you're gonna get the pissed off version. Which, to a lot of people, I'm sure that's a fantastic deal. Oh, I'm so irritated. Can't nothing go right. At least this is not gonna go on for 32 minutes like the original one did, because I now know what I'm doing. But the problem getting through this wasn't the fact that I didn't know what I'm doing. I figured out what I had to do pretty fast. The problem is just that there's just so much. Like, I know I talked over Ben's dialogue earlier because, you know, there were subtitles, so I didn't have to be quiet. But his plan is to activate the autopilot and then jump out of here. And here's the crazy part. Everything we're doing until the tail end of this mission is just getting to the autopilot. But yeah, this section isn't all that difficult except for maybe the combat sequences. And again, those are only difficult because the enemies dogpile on you and there's like no invincibility frames. And then remember, in order for Ben to do any of his cool moves, you have to wait for his attack animations to land, or not land, wait for them to finish before he can activate them. And before he gets the chance to activate them, you're going to get knocked out of your combo, and then have to start the sequence all over again, or you're knocked back into Ben. Like, look at this. Look how much damage they do to Humongousaur. And I can't do anything back because they keep staggering him. And as you can see, I'm trying to go for my spin combo, but they stagger Humongousaur so much. You have to stick to your 1-2 hits a lot of time, because they don't take that much wind up as your other attacks. Oh man. It sucks, because playing as Humongousaur can be very fun, but also very annoying at times. Also, I know it's technically not ice that they're shooting us with, but Big Chill being frozen. I don't know if I like that. By the way, you need to use Humongousaur for these big switches or else they won't go off. By the way, I keep forgetting. I need to lower this green shield. And the green shield will only lower once you destroy that red tube I did earlier and defeat all the enemies nearby. Like I said, I've been trying to do that combo for a minute now, but because I keep getting staggered, I have to keep resetting it. And the game loves bringing out those freeze dudes out. But this is often why I end up just turning into Humongousaur most of these encounters. And if I try to fight with any of my other aliens, more often than not, these guys would drain them and I've turned back into Ben before I can get a single combo off. I'm only able to do Swamp Fire stuff so often because, well, he was the first. And because I can't get enough of this move. This is the best move he has. It lets you escape, it gives you several attacks, and it ends with this awesome firebomb that can actually damage multiple enemies. Ring of Fire, I think, is the better version of it, but it takes way longer to set up and wind up. And it's not even the 1-2 punch at the beginning that's the hard part. Oh, forgot. It's not even this. It's the third part here that takes the longest. No, back you going. Spurs, spurs, spurs. The ring of fire. The ring of fire. The ring of fire. Burn, burn, burn. The ring of fire. See? So, I am sorry to not get my first impressions of this level, but again, I literally just played it like less than 5 minutes ago. This is why I go through the effort of having to pause my recordings in the middle of the sessions just to make sure my mic and stuff record. And here's the thing, I checked before the recording, so when I paused, I wasn't checking to see if it was recording. I was checking to see how long I've been recording. I know I keep bringing this up, but it's just the one topic on my mind right now. It annoyed me so much. I was already annoyed by the state earlier, and then I try to come and do this. Like, I do enjoy making these videos, despite how often I complain about some of these games I play. But to have one of my favorite pastimes be ruined by just stupid crap, I just can't stand it. Because here's the thing, I would be willing to accept it if this was my fault. But I swear to you, I did not touch my microphone, so I don't know how it got unplugged. I forgot he could do that. Okay, so this is a trick one. So that arrow tells me to go up, right? And it makes you think that you're supposed to go through these paths. Mind you, these lasers are moving. It may not look like it on my screen, but they are moving. So when I first played this, I thought I had to maneuver my way through the lasers. But no, now they tell you to go right. So you're supposed to go up to hit the switch and then go this way. Why did you need that direction to go up? We've been doing that for like 4 or 5 buttons at this point. It made me think I had to go through the lasers. Oh my, look at the stagger! I can't even jump away! This is ridiculous. This is why this game is insane. I swear to God, I didn't get this stagger much in... Or... I know I was forced to change back into Ben in that game a lot. But I don't think it was this often or this prevalent. And you want to know the other thing I think that's throwing me off here? It's because I don't think this game has master control. I think that's the other thing that's throwing me off. Because at this point, I would have had master control on, and I would have been able to just switch between aliens on the fly without having to transform into Ben. Because I'm still doing that extra step of transforming back into Ben between forms, I think that's what's dragging the pacing of the combat down for me. That, and again, Ben's aliens move way slower here than they did in Protector of Earth, so it's nearly impossible to pull off any sort of your combo moves. And again, why do small little projectiles like that stagger Humongosaur? Like, I get these laser things maybe doing something to them, but why would the goop that they fire, which we know all it really does is all it is sticky. It's not like it's an acid or anything. Alright, let me check the timer. Alright, I think... Let me check again. Alright, because now I have to check if the micros are recording on top of the time when I pause in between sessions. These things are not hard to avoid, but they are very annoying to deal with if you get hit. If you get hit, you will be knocked all the way back down to the bottom and have to start all over again. I know this because there's a later section involving these things, and it's going to suck very bad for that particular reason. I'm trying, Spider Monkey. I'm trying to get some utility out of you. Again, I don't think you have an aerial. Well, you do have aerial. Let me... I keep trying to use it like a web whip. Or like a web yank. And that's technically what it's doing, but... I don't think it has enough range is the problem. Well, yeah, it definitely doesn't have enough range. Okay. I want to make sure I actually get to some enemies so I can fully utilize this. Oh my god, you stagger damage. And remember, you just can't button spam in this game. You have to let the animations finish if you want to get your special combo moves to... Oh my god, to get set off. This game's combat system does not work the way it intended it to do. They want you to do animation-based canceling. They want you to pay attention to the animation so you can figure out the timing of the button. But because enemies attack so frequently, and because you have so little invincibility frames when you're setting up these moves, these combo moves are almost like a death sentence. You guys can track it through my progress. Notice how many times I'm forced to transform into Ben just from me trying to do my more powerful attacks. More often than not, it's because I'm trying to do that as opposed to just fighting normally. Yeah, I'm kind of just speedrunning this right now because I'm still angry about earlier. For all that, just for it to not even matter. I don't even know why the dialogue keeps up. Wait, Gwen, why are you talking about things to move? We're not trying to move anything. And no, if as far as I can remember, she doesn't say that at all. Yeah, I'm not trying to get in the move with Gwen. Okay, so I was not playing as Humongosaur during the... Well, I was playing as another character during these sections, so... Gwen didn't say that to me the first time I was here. Oh my god. Are you kidding me, Jet Ray? Okay, the game tried to do the thing where it didn't want to activate my jump. There we go. See, look at that. I was dead in the open because I was trying to set up another combo. This is the only safe combo. Because you can't get interrupted when you go down to the ground. You're invincible. Like, why weren't more moves programmed like this? There's a reason why you keep seeing me do the same combo. It's the only one I can actually get off. Look at that. Even when there's one enemy, he will stagger you to no end. And he will knock you out of your alien form.
There's smoke gas. There's fire.
Gotta destroy these.
Those 3 pipes are heating that pool of water.
I didn't know heating a pool of water turns it green. Then again, apparently trying to paint it also does that. No, we're not going to talk about that. I just thought it was funny. Just because of how conveniently colored the water looked there. Let me check this email real quick. Not important. Okay. Burn, burn, burns. Alright, this is the part. Now, again. Oh, wait. Hold on. Maybe they won't show up here yet. Oh, wait. No, they're here. This is it. So this is the part where the annoying stuff happened. Thankfully, I do have the video clip, but I don't think it's nearly as good because, you know, my microphone didn't record anything. But I got to the very end of this, and I was trying to just jump off the wall so I can get onto the platform below. I ended up hitting one of these electric balls as I was landing on the platform, and it decided to nuke my momentum and send me in the opposite direction and fly me all the way back to the bottom of the climbing section. I had to start all over. And I would have showed that off, but again, you don't have the audio of me reacting to it, so it's not nearly as funny. You just get my slack-jawed face. Which I guess would be kind of funny to some people, but still. Okay, gotta be careful. Whew. Yeah, these are the only enemies Spider Monkey can handle. Conveniently, they're also the only enemies I feel like that would be most difficult for him to deal with, since they're small enough to easily jump onto his face. Humongous slam. Oh. Whoops. Oh, they just... What's crazy is they leave that there because they must have figured this was going to be a difficult combat section for people. But what's crazy is you're not able to access it until you get to the final round of enemies. So it's almost like a tease, leaving it there. Die. Final. Easy. Yeah, now I need Jet Ray. Before I needed more height. This time I just needed some distance. I hate that he backed up. I would have got him if he didn't back up there. Backflip shots. I'm trying to think. Who is not in the game? Because this is like what? We're still in Season 1 era Ben 10, so no Alien X, no Chroma Stone, no Goop, no Brainstorm, and I know I'm forgetting. No Echo Echo. Those are the ones we're missing. I'm trying to think. Echo Echo probably would have been the most difficult one to program. You could have definitely done Chroma Stone, but other than like all the light and shielding stuff, I don't know what else you would have done with him. Alien X would have just been broken. There's no way you could have done Alien X. Again, I'm thinking about how, with this game's combat style, all these other aliens would have been incorporated into the game. There's a reason why after this game, at least for the mainline series, they go more into the action event, like third-person action-adventure exploration kind of game. Not full exploration, but more like 3D platformer as opposed to like beat 'em up. All right, I gotta hurry because these things move fast. Told you, you're gonna see Nova Blast all the time. It's not my fault that the game made it so that this is the one of the only moves you can actually pull off. I don't care, even though I can't snap my fingers, I'm still gonna do it every time he does it. Hey, health, thank you. Gotta move, gotta move, gotta move, gotta move, gotta move. Ooh, look at that, look how fast that goes. I barely made that. It was crazy. I was thinking about transforming back into Jet Ray just so I can make it cross, but the time would have taken me to transform back, wait for the Omnitrix to reload, and then turn to Jet Ray, the bridges would have already collapsed. So, nah. Off-screen, mother... Come here. I'm gonna finish you off with my bare hands. Alright, how much further? Oh, these things again. Yeah, it'd be a bad idea to use him here. Ooh. Whoa, what happened? I think I got hit, and then he transformed into Ben there. I think that's what happened. Ooh, okay. That scared me. Because I didn't press the button, he just turned to Ben. Alright, so... these fans are going to be constantly pushing you back. You need to be Jet Ray to jump across these gaps. And when you're on the platform, just change into Humongosaur. Because he can't be pushed away by the fans. When I was playing this earlier, I was doing my normal thing. I'm using like Swamp Fire or, you know, maybe Jet Ray for variety. But whenever I would try to do one of my special moves, you know, Ben would stand still while he's doing it. So the fan would be constantly pushing you while I'm being animation locked. So I would just get pushed off the ledge just because I was trying to do a combo. So if you're gonna fight here, fight with Humongosaur. And if you're not gonna use them, try not to use any special moves when you're one of your other aliens on these. You will fall. Yes! Thankfully, Humongosaur doesn't have to deal with that. Alright, back to Jet Ray. Again, the switching would be so much more seamless if I had master control. Okay, before I activate that, let me see what's over here. Ah, okay, it's one of these. Even though I'm not even collecting them, I was just super curious because the first time I did this, I didn't go to the right. Oh my god. I didn't notice that. I thought I transformed into Jet Ray. I didn't realize I was Ben again. There we go. And yeah, this is the most switching I've had to done throughout this entire Let's Play. here we go again. Okay. We are definitely getting close to the end. Let me check the timer real quick, everybody. I told you guys this was a long one. Mind you, we are speeding through this because I've done this before. But like I said, they just give you so many enemies and so many busy tasks to do. That's why this mission in particular, but nearly every mission in the game feels so long. So my question is, because I'll have to check the timing, but I'm curious if this game is longer than my Protector of Earth Let's Play. Because Protector of Earth did have some levels where you were literally just staying in one area and you're just fighting waves and waves of enemies. But that only happened like 3 levels out of that whole game where it's just straight up just combat and nothing else. But they were spread out and they were in between normal levels where you're just exploring and finding collectibles and finding enemies. And there were way more levels. Because, you know, you're in the Protector of Earth game, they play up the fact that you're Ben, Gwen, and Grandpa Max exploring the country. So you go to many different locations across the U.S. Like Mount Rushmore, you go to Chicago. I can't think of anything else. Don't you go to New York at one point? No. You go to the woods, I remember. You go to the woods and you fight Kevin for a bit. I don't know. But no, that game was really playing up the fact that you were on a summer vacation, so they had to make sure they varied up all the levels. Here, they're like, we're only 1 season, I'm pretty sure, in the Ben 10 at this point. So, we only have, like, so many environments we can use for levels without just relying on stuff from the original series. So, we're gonna have, like, maybe 7 or 8 levels, but we're going to make them very long and very expansive. Because when I did Protector of Earth, I think I was averaging maybe 1 or 2 levels of video, at least until the very end when they were getting longer, as they should. But yeah, I'm curious, which one is longer? Is it Alien Force because they have fewer levels, but they're much longer? And I wouldn't say expansive because because you can't explore the first half of the game without getting all your aliens, and you don't get Humongous Door until like the second to last level. Oh my god! I think I finally, okay, thank God. I finally made it to the point where I was at before. And I know for a fact everything got recorded this time, thank God. So I hope you guys enjoy my rambling this entire time. But yeah, this is the point where I stopped at. Because, yeah. By the time I got to this point, I was 32 minutes into the recording, and I just had to stop.
I thought the rest of the ship was cold.
But I am at least glad that I got back to the point where I was before.
That's why it's so cold in here.
And I didn't lose all that much progress.
Well, at least nobody's home.
Because, you know, because I'm recording from here, before I shut down my PlayStation, my PS2 X emulator, I leave a save state. So I had already recorded all this and saved it. But thankfully, all I had to do was just replay the level. So, you know, I kind of miss back when games were level-based, especially now that I'm trying to get into the YouTube thing, because, man, and now I understand how YouTubers feel when they record a section of the game, and the recording gets disrupted somehow, and they have to try to re-record stuff, especially with games that have autosaves manually.
You shall pay the price for meddling in the affairs of superior beings.
Yeah, and this is where I had to stop before, because, as again, I was 32 minutes in at that point. And let's see how long we're in at this point right now, actually. Yeah, look at that. We're about 20 seconds away from breaking the 30. I can't keep going. I gotta stop here. As always, I appreciate all the love and support. I hope you guys enjoyed my rambling. And stay tuned for next week, which will hopefully be the last episode of Ben 10 Alien Force. Stay cool, enjoy your summers, and I'll see you all next week with more Ben 10 Alien Force. Later.